Wasn't that short and sweet? Good morning, friends, and hi to hello.
Hey,
Lester
y'all.
and Jamie here. Oh, we didn't do anything to do
Listen, I've been waiting for this moment for
Blessed-
5.5 hours.
Blessed
so.
and grateful. Blessed
Cheers.
and grateful. And that's how we feel this morning coming to you all. Jamie's going to start off and tell us about her just horrible night. She had a horrible night.
I'm not going to say that it was horrible.
Hold on, baby. It's okay. I just get here. I was at the JL last night and I had a wonderful night. Me and Roman and Sadie and all the wonderful Longhorns. And we had a very wonderful, wonderful night. And I just assumed that the whole world's as happy as I am, as full as I am. And then I start getting these texts very early. I want to kill Trixie. I just want to kill her. I'm like, now I'm trying to do a live video. So I'm seeing these messages. I'm trying to keep my composure. And how can you keep your composure when someone wants to kill your special girl? Look.
I didn't say kill her.
Look how special she is over there. She's just so special.
I didn't say kill her.
Hi, sweetie. We love you.
I said that
I
said that I wouldn't even let her chase the side-by-side.
Tell us the whole story.
No.
Like start from the beginning and tell the whole story.
No, because people are going to hate me then.
No one's going to hate you. Everyone, y'all, we are as real can be. That means we have our good days and we have some bad ones, y'all. We have some bad ones.
So last night it froze here. So it got down to 32 degrees, which meant horse blankets were warranted. And the weird part about last night is that
I'll jump in whenever you're ready.
It was still 50 degrees at 10 o'clock.
Can I jump in? Okay, hold on. Hank, it's not about you. You've already made your introduction to our video in the beginning. Do you mind walking away? Look how sweet Mabel's being. Look at Mabel over there being a sweet kitty waiting her turn.
Just us, our cats live on the counter. Only because dogs are here.
Okay. I promise I'll leave you alone. But I just wanted everyone to know that Mr. Hank is here.
So I started with the 4 main horses here. And the reason that horse blankets are... I talked to Dr. Cochran last night and Courtney because I was like on the fence about what to do about this. In Texas specifically, or climates like this, we've had 80-degree temperature days. So our horses' bodies have not built up a winter coat like those that live in cold weather. So we have very thin horse coats, and it was going to get down to 32 degrees last night. And I was just like teetering on what to do. And basically Courtney was like, listen, the ones that you're most concerned about are your thin-haired or older horses, which meant Voodoo
and Voodoo.
and well, Rita has thin hair too. So Voodoo and Rita. But if you put anything special on any horse, they all get jealous of each other. So you might as well just do it. It wasn't going to hurt anybody to do it anyway. And what Dr. Cochran told me, she goes, 40 and below is my rule on my horses. Okay. I like that rule. So it was about midnight and I decided like, it's about 45 degrees and this woman needs sleep, beauty sleep and real sleep. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to put blankets on. And then I'm going to go to bed and I'll just set my alarm for every 2 hours to check on everyone. It'll be fine. I got blankets on 4 horses. And by the time I got done with 4 horses, that all went smooth. Like the getting on and everything. I made a lovely video. It was really adorable because Storm was a little spooked at first. And like, that was all awesome. Well, Bucky's was having a night. Bucky is like a FAFO. Do you know what FAFO means?
F around, find out.
Yes. So Bucky's was like poking the bear at everything last night, whether it be that he was tossing his hay over or just like pawing at the gate or whatever. But he also loves to taunt Voodoo. And of course, they're side by side in the stalls because he is worse to the girls. Like he's just like, I don't know, the uncle that just likes to poke the bear and tickle and do all these things all the time and like takes it too far. I don't know. Anyway, he bites Voodoo and pulls off this huge tuft of hair. And I'm like, that's it. I'm letting everybody out of the stalls. It should be fine. It was not fine. It was not fine.
That's just the beginning, y'all. That's just the beginning of the adventure.
So I ended up taking them all off because I can't trust.
I'm not laughing at her, y'all. We're all laughing with her.
I can't trust that it's going to that it's going to stay that way. And I still have Rita to deal with, who is on the high list of priority. So I just take them all off because it's still 45 and it's going to be 45 until about 4 o'clock. So fine. So then I go try to do Rita, and Rita's not.
Rita ain't having it. Rita's not having it.
Is like so into routine and is in heat that Rita was just like, I couldn't even get a halter around Rita last night, which is very un-Rita like. So fine. So then I go to bed and I'm setting my alarm for 4 o'clock. I get up at 4 o'clock. I get blankets on 3 horses. 3. Bucky's won't even allow me to halter him. He'll go in his stall, and he's totally cool with being in his stall, but he will not allow me to halter him or to think about blanketing him at that point in time. He's already been there and done that, so fine. But Bucky's just going to be...
Are you sure it ain't Thursday?
Listen,
ask a sweet lady.
It just was a fiasco. So anyway, Bucky's never got a blanket, and I'm sad to say that I tried to get Rita. I got
Thursday
Rita.
2.0, says Molly.
I got Rita in the shop, and I pretty much let Rita have the shop to herself. I closed the doors and gave her some hay, and Rita ate right here on the carpet. So she was warm during that time, but she was not blanketed. It is about 15 degrees warmer in the shop with the doors closed. So it wasn't bad, right? But it still wasn't ideal. So now I have this like feeling of defeat in my head as all of that is brewing. And I'm like, I'm going to come in. I'm just going to lay down for the last hour before 7 o'clock, I get up to feed. So I lay down for that time, and then I hear a dog barking. And I walk out here, and the dogs that would normally be the troublemakers are laying on the couch so peacefully asleep. All fine.
Yeah, so tell them who are the normal troublemakers.
Usually Christmas and Stella combo together is a bad combo.
Y'all need to hear that. Christmas and Stella, when comboed together, turn into they can be quite rough.
So they were here on the couch, and I was like, that's weird. Millie is literally in bed with me. Ritzy's at my side, and Fiona is either at Miss Pat's or on the hill. That's where she was all night last night when I was dealing with this stuff. I walk out to the garage, and here's Trixie cornered one of the new rescue cats in the very worst way. Barking and going crazy and having the time of her life.
For no apparent reason.
Trixie doesn't even ever leave this house or anyone's side. Like I just don't understand.
Her bad habits are normally chasing the side-by-side, sucking down some exhaust,
yes.
Trixie doing her thing. She has a little bit of a dribble at night or sometimes by day with her little urinary issues. But she's not a bad girl. She just has a few bad habits. So when Jamie told me about that, I'm like, Trixie?
She didn't believe me.
I'm looking at her right now. She's like, just looked at me so sweet. And, but you know what? Here's what I'm thinking. Maybe it was because it's a new cat that she wasn't familiar with. And she thought she was doing the right thing by running off a strange cat. Because she hasn't actually met the new rescues yet.
I don't know. She had that cat in her mouth, though, and I can't touch. It's one of them that I can't touch. And
it's already wild-ish, and now it's going to be even more wild.
If it's okay, it's never coming back after that. And I just was so frustrated.
It wasn't a Siamese cat, was it? It was a Siamese. Oh, that's a beautiful cat.
Yeah,
I love that Siamese cat. I haven't been able to see it only from a distance. But that Siamese cat is cute. Pretty cat.
I was so mad. So I ended up feeding up, and this is also a thing. So you know that eating keeps animals warm.
Yes.
Yeah. Our animals ate a lot last night, just for the record. Hay, only hay, but our animals stayed warm in a few ways last night. But anyway, so I was going up to feed the littles, and Trixie wanted to run behind the side by side, and I yelled at her and told her no.
Now she wants to play him.
Yeah, I was like, absolutely not. Don't even look at the side by side. You go home. So here she goes walking inside, and that's where she stays right now. I'm just frustrated.
Needless to say, when I got home after having a really wonderful evening.
Oh yeah, he had a great vacation.
Well, so Rome, everyone knows Rome does not need a blanket. He's a woolly mammoth. He's a woolly mammoth. He really is. Not only in the way he has a lot of fiber, but he also is a big woolly mammoth. He's a big old guy, and he was fun. But I'll tell you what, this morning was beautiful. Walking out, and because it was colder, seeing his big old nostrils
and his
flare,
breath.
and that breath was just so darn pretty.
That's awesome.
But no. So I'm so sorry about your morning. I am so sorry about her morning.
Lester, since Roman got here, Lester's been staying at the JL, rightfully so. We want to make sure that nothing happens with the neighbor. You know, we have some things we're working on to be able to rearrange some things and just making sure that Roman doesn't feel alone during his quarantine. I felt like the most single farmer mom last night ever. And then he's asleep. So even when I text, I don't know why I'm even texting him, because it's not like he's going to wake up or, you know, anything like that. And I just was like, I was just fuming. I was just like, between Bucky's and then Rita not cooperating. And I wasn't mad at Rita. I just was like, I was already over it at that point in time, and I was tired too, and you know, whatever. And I get that a lot of people never blanket their horses, and that's fine. I just was really trying to do the right thing, really trying to help them out. And what was funny, I feel like I've taken over this whole life.
It's so okay.
Sorry.
I'll just add one thing real fast that I think is kind of true here. And this is what I imagine. This is whenever I hear this kind of stuff, this is what I imagine. So we've all heard a friend or a family member, mostly women, more so than men, because men don't really complain, but women can call their best friend their bestie, or a mom can call her daughter, or a daughter can call her mom and just say what a horrible, no good SOB she has, and just what a horrible man. We've heard Stephanie do it, and Brianne has done it, my mom has done it, and we're all like, you know, we really like Buddy. We like Laramie. We like Ellie. Ellie's my son, Megan. You need to watch this shit. I don't say a word, but I listen to all the women rant.
Do that.
Women do rant. Every one of you women have ranted. Say it's true, ladies. Say it's true. You don't always mean what you say when you're mad, but when you call your friend, your best friend, or your mom, you just want to tell them how horrible the men in your life are.
And we all know it.
Look at all the, oh, please. Who says never? It went by too fast. There's a lot of people who are saying that's true. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I imagine that Jamie's on the phone listening to her mom. I can't stand this. I've had enough. I'm done with him. I'm done with him.
I just talked to Billy when I come back in.
She was on the phone with Stephanie or Brianne or Kim or my mom or someone telling them how horrible of a man I am. And meanwhile, I'm over there just sleeping so good in the RV. Me and Roman, you know, and Sadie and my Longhorns, and we have no idea all the chaos that's unfolding right here back at home. So I do feel bad for you as far as that regards, but I promise you, you're not alone. Look at all of the women here, and there's a lot of ladies who are saying, Jamie, we've all been there.
But hold on a second. I wasn't mad at him for not being here. I was just, you know, frustrated in the situation. And even if he was here, he would have taken the same pills and been the same useless.
That is true.
It doesn't matter.
Hold on. Justify that my pills are prescription, okay? I take prescription pills. Before y'all start thinking horrible things about me, I have a prescription nighttime med because I don't sleep at night without
Lester
it.
has a peaceful night no matter where he sleeps. All that shit can go down and he's never going to wake up or realize it at all.
I'm sorry. I wish I could be more
And then he wakes up in the morning and he's like, hey, babe, it's good to see you.
You're going to make them hate me.
And he's like,
y'all don't
you ready
hate
for
me.
coffee yet? And I'm like,
I'm sorry. I have a sleeping disorder, okay? I have a sleeping disorder and I have a prescribed help, an aid to help me sleep at night. So I'm so sorry I was over there resting peacefully while you're over here going through all of this. Okay. I'm so sorry. That probably makes you women even more mad at me, don't you? You're even more mad at me now that I'm over there sleeping peacefully. And you are too. You're probably even more mad. What was already a horrible thing going on with you here at home, complicated it 100 times even more because you knew that I was over there sound asleep, sleeping like a baby. And so that's true. Look at all the laughy faces. Women get even more mad that their man can sleep right through that mess and snore right away and never wake up.
That's a woman thing, though,
I'm
I
sorry,
think.
ladies. I'm so sorry. Please don't
It's
hate
like
me.
it's our motherly instincts, even with babies as younger
Yeah, I remember.
men.
Yes.
You don't have that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Please don't be mad, y'all. It's just we're just telling you our story.
It was just a wild our story.
Here's the thing, though. If I volunteer to switch roles with her for a night, and I say you go to the jail, take care of Roman, just be there, as a companion while he's in quarantine, keep an eye on the Longhorns, love on Sadie a little bit, give her a little nighttime snack, watch some TV. She wouldn't do it. She would not do it. So even though it's hard on her, she wants to be a part of all this chaos. And so before I left, let's say before I left, I did help her cover her plants. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So it's not like I run off on my responsibilities. I help when I'm needed.
Like I said, it doesn't matter if you're here or there. And even if I'm there, then I'm going to be worried about what is happening here that you're not hearing.
Yeah.
And that it makes the most sense for you to be there because at the end of the day, I'm not rustling any Longhorns in the middle of the night.
Well, they do their thing and we'll just deal with the consequences the next day. And I think
that's the difference in us.
I know.
That's
what it boils down to right there.
When it's storming and flooding and all the things here, I'm out in the barn and Lester's like, I'll deal with it tomorrow. I can't deal with that tomorrow. I have to try to go mitigate and be sure that everybody's safe and well. And I don't know.
I feel like people are mad at me. Y'all don't be mad at me. We're just telling Jamie's side of the story. Okay. So I'm sorry if I'm a man. Okay. But it's true. Even whenever you have newborns and, you're up with them because they start getting whiny or they're, colicky or just whatever they are, men can still at some point fall asleep and those moms are just doing all of the things. So
it is what it is. We all play a role. It's fine. It's just what it is.
There are so many people who are like you, Jamie. And there are so many who have a partner who's like me. So we're not alone in this. Okay. We're not alone in this hellhole, Jamie. We're not alone. Okay.
It's not a hellhole. It is. And that's the worst part is I hate to come on here and be like, I just had the worst day and I had all these blankets and I couldn't put them on my horses. And there's so many people that needed blankets and couldn't find them.
True.
Or don't have the resources to do it. And here I am complaining about a lack of sleep. So I'm going to.
You know what was horrible about my morning? I wake up early to a freezing cold RV because we run out of gas in the, I didn't know that.
What did I tell you?
Okay. I did not realize that the heater run off of propane.
I said it.
I thought that there had to be an option, electric or propane. Electric if you're on the grid, propane if you're off camping.
He told me the night before, he goes, I kept the RV at a warm 72. I was like, well, you aren't going to have any propane left then. And he was like, no.
I did not. I thought for sure it'd be fine.
And I'm like, we haven't refilled that propane from last year yet.
Yeah, we haven't filled it at all yet. That RV is over a year old and we've never filled that propane. Yeah.
So I'm like,
never.
It has ran that furnace last year several times. And when we would stay, I would turn it off and turn on just the space heater and bundle up because I was afraid to run out of propane. And now there ain't no propane.
So I wake up this morning and the RV is freezing cold, 52 degrees to be exact, inside the RV. Now that may not be freezing cold, but it's a lot colder than what we normally sleep. We like to be around 70, right? 68, 70. So waking up at 52 was quite cold. I get out of bed. I run through all my overalls. I start the coffee to warm myself up. I realize that I turn the thermostat and it's not coming on. It is not coming on. So I know then that you were right. That was my first mistake, to have to realize that you were right. I hate when that happens. It's okay though. I make my coffee. I bundle up. I take a live video and I walk outside to Roman. And like I said, it was beautiful seeing him in the morning with the frost across the ground and him breathing and all the air. But would you believe that I set my coffee down to go get him some hay? And while everyone's watching Roman just in a very picturesque moment, he walks over to my phone, boom, knocks the phone and my coffee
He's
over.
very conscious of the phone.
He's like, you ain't gonna be recording me.
It's very interesting to me how conscious he is of the phone. If I'm videoing with the back of my phone facing him, he will not allow me to. I don't know what it looks like of something else in his life, but that is a no for him at all. So it's weird. I've never had a horse be so conscious of it.
Everyone's saying, is his name Rome or Roman? I think his name is officially Rome, or is it Roman? Well, she calls him back and forth, y'all. In the emails, she went back and forth. Rome, Roman, Rome, Roman, Roman,
I call him
Rome.
Romeo.
Jamie calls him Romeo. I'm not going to do that. But if you ever hear me say Rome or Roman, it's the same animal, friends. The same beast of a man.
It's Roman Rome.
Roman Rome. It's the same man, Rome or Roman. I think that we all get it, y'all. But for those who keep asking, who's Rome? I thought it was Roman. Same thing, same guy. Okay. Whereas I'm like Little Spoon or Lord Lester or Lester.
You just
or
called yourself
Longhorn
Little
Lester.
Spoon.
What I'm saying is the same guy. Same guy. Same guy.
Is this because you longed for a Little Spoon moment last night?
Today, well, this morning I actually was Little Spoon to Rome. I got up underneath him, Jamie. I never turned my back to him.
Oh.
So it was kind of like a facing forward Little Spoon moment. But he's so big that I felt like I was the Little Spoon for sure. And I put him up and I grabbed him on both sides of his neck and I just hugged him so tight.
When you put your hands underneath his chest, could you still feel warmth?
You told me to do that. Yeah, Jamie told me what to feel for to make sure he's okay. And he did feel warm.
That's good.
So he's fine.
He is a very...
Oh, no. I should delete that right now. And this lady should be Jamie.
You didn't clean up?
Please. I was going to wash the dishes, but yet there was no room to wash them.
Why?
Because it was full. And I could
Lester.
I could not empty the trash. I could not put stuff in the trash because the trash is full. But I will do all of those things before you come over. I will do that. Guys, I'm normally really good about taking care of all of that before Jamie gets there.
No, he's not.
You don't have to call it out.
Don't you let him lie to you. I get there and I have to clean before I can even sit down. Don't you lie.
Hey, listen, though. We've been seeing a lot of cats over there. Talk about the cats we've been watching.
That is true. Yesterday when we went over to see Roman, I was behind the RV picking up some stuff, and all of a sudden here comes this black cat.
We actually want cats over there. We've talked about taking some of our cats over there, but we just haven't done it. But we've actually been seeing some cats on their own walking around.
Yeah, which is intriguing because the closest house is pretty far away.
The pasture has no animals, so it's not the pasture.
So I'm just baffled. I'm sure they're just feral cats, which is fine.
Oh, they're wild as bats.
But I hope that they're eating like field mice and things like that, because I don't put, or they're eating Sadie's dog food because we don't put any cat food out. I don't know. It was just kind of
knowing
surprising.
Sadie, she probably shares with them because she's so sweet.
Yeah, she probably does.
But no, so we have been seeing a few cats running around that property. I've seen some down by the road, which means they've probably been dumped out. We see some up by the RV. But we actually want to have some cats.
Wait, that wasn't what I was going for.
Oh, no.
Dang it.
Was it a good one?
It was funny. Here it is.
Oh, no. I'm scared to look. Poor Lester. Snitches get stitches. That's right, y'all. That was a word that they use at my school all the time. When I taught school, these kids, didn't matter how much they liked you, they would not rat out their friends because they had it was a code. It's a code amongst these kids that you don't snitch. You don't rat anybody out. No matter what happened, you don't talk about it. And I have a lot of fun teaching stories. I'm not going to share them right now. We don't want to bore everybody. But some of my favorite teaching stories are how that was ingrained into these students. No matter how much they liked you, they would not snitch on their friends or a classmate. They wouldn't do it because they were coded that we're not going to snitch. I'm not going to be known as a snitch. So,
well, I'm thrilled that they told on you because that means we're driving separate and you're going first.
Oh, no. That's horrible.
What's horrible is to leave me those dishes and your nasty trash.
Okay, so it's not nasty. I always rinse out my cups. So the cups are all rinsed out so that at least I do that much. But listen, well, that's a whole different story. Whole different story.
How can there be so much sink foliage with just cups?
At least one cup every night, and I've been there for many, many, many days. And I drink a lot of coffee. So all that coffee, I eat a lot of snacks. It doesn't matter. Let's not focus on that. We got more things to talk about.
My one question is, did you turn the coffee pot off when you left?
Oh, yes, I did turn the coffee pot off. Yeah, this coffee pot is new. It's only $20 from Dollar General. But what we don't like about it,
it doesn't have an automatic off.
Yeah, it doesn't turn off automatically. So it can sit there all day on. And that's like a fire hazard.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably can't catch on fire, but it still worries me too.
It's a heating element that could just stay on forever. So I didn't even know they made coffee pots that still were like that. So that was my fault.
Maybe it's faulty. Jamie she brought me something. She's tired of seeing me wear the same darn outfit day in and day out. It was on
clearance at Sam's. I was actually shopping for Xander for Christmas and found this on clearance, and I was like, this might be his new look. We're gonna try it out. So
I was gonna try it on before the live started. She goes, no, wait for the live. Wait for the live.
You can't hardly see it. Hold on. Yes, friends. Those are insulated.
Insulated overalls? Yeah. Insulated overalls. Kind of like what you wear, but yours are camouflage.
Yeah, but these are not as thick. These are more just like corduroy insulated.
So the funny thing about Jamie is some of her best video that I recorded yesterday has her dressed so nerdy.
It's so bad that I want to redo it because I'm like, I don't know if I can put that on the internet. I'm like,
hold on, babe. I got beautiful video of you. This is wonderful video. She goes, we're not going to show anyone when I'm dressed.
I looked at the video.
No one's going to care. They're not looking at you. They're looking at
the video is amazing, and it is powerful things. And I am wearing the doofiest outfit ever because it was cold weather down here. I don't know why. My soul is now Texan, I guess, and my blood is Texan, and I can't stand the cold anymore. And yesterday the wind was just cutting through me, so I had my winter garb on, and it did not match, and it was not pretty, and it was. Are you gonna put that over top?
I am, but my problem is I'm wearing sweatpants. Sometimes sweatpants show all your parts.
Yeah, so scoot over.
Sweatpants are not good. And then today she makes me go into Dollar General and get cat food wearing my sweatpants.
We were out of cat food.
And I felt like every woman in there was staring at my man parts. And you're flattered, yet you're not flattered. Okay, help me out here. All right, so the bottom is up.
Oh, they fit really well, actually.
They actually fit, they feel pretty good. This is the hard part here, because this is what sometimes gives me, what do y'all call it?
This is what I had to do to Voodoo and Storm and Prim's blankets last night, was stretch this out.
This is the part where you get the camel thing going.
Men don't get a camel toe.
Oh, men can. Trust me, men can. There's a way that men can, and it's not a pleasant thing to see or feel.
This is jacked up. Give me a second here. Men do not.
Jamie, men do, but not the same way.
What is wrong with this?
Okay.
Hold on. Here, give me that.
Tell me when. And if y'all are wondering why I'm still wearing my Daniel Morrow outdoor shirt, it's just because I've not got dirty in it yet. It's not gotten sweaty. It's not gotten dirty.
I don't really know how to work that.
Jamie, tell them that I do shower every night. I'm I'm a stickler for showering.
He's a showerer. I actually really like that. Are they comfy or not?
Very comfy. They do ride up a little bit.
Well, if we can fix that up here somehow.
No. Loosen it, maybe. If we can loosen this, will it loosen anymore?
Well, that's the thing I was trying to do. This thing is like locked in place.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it later.
A few more inches.
All right, so this is
I just wanted him to be able to have something warm that didn't require him to pull up his big overalls and get stuck in it. It looks good, don't you think?
I like it. Feels pretty comfy.
Turn around.
Pull all that stuff off of me. Because she'll go into Walmart like this. I guarantee you she will.
Anyway, they were on clearance at Sam's for $6.
$6?
I don't know if you could get a piece of clothing for $6 anymore.
Let me have your coffee cup while I'm up.
Kind of blew my mind, actually.
Well, we know which one is yours.
Yeah, I did that on purpose. Actually, I couldn't find my chapstick. I think you stole it. So I had to use lip gloss instead because my lips were chapped. Men get a moose knuckle, not a camel toe.
What in the world is a moose knuckle?
I don't know, but I've never heard that, but I'm never going to be able to unsee it now. Oh my gosh. Wow. I had no idea. So many people knew that.
A moose knuckle?
Yeah.
Hold on. A moose knuckle. I don't get that. What is a moose knuckle? There's your coffee.
Thanks. Yay, are they comfortable?
Yeah, they feel great.
It probably would be so wedgie-ish if you didn't have your sweatpants on, too.
They feel like they probably should not be so high to my neck.
Yeah, I do think that.
This
is stretchy, so that makes it a little bit
we'll
weird.
do all the adjusting. So y'all just try to ignore it for right now.
I just don't understand this thing. It's like legit locked in place.
Maybe they're at capacity.
They're not. There's this part right here would give you so much more room for activities.
So we'll figure it out. Let's not waste a live doing all this, though. Well, thank you for the gift, Jamie. Hey, how many of y'all remember the old days? Hold on, pause for a minute. How many of y'all are old enough to remember a weird style that kids used to do?
This is accurate.
Back where they would leave one side up and one side would be down.
Yeah.
How many remember that? If you do, raise your hand or put a heart.
But I was in elementary school
yes.
then.
Oh, you were in elementary school? So I'm 10 years older than Jamie. So I was already out and about. And a lot of people would wear they were short overalls, shorts.
Oh, I had both.
They were overalls that were into shorts, but they had this over here, but people would leave one side up and one side down.
Well, it's also very different because in the back, it didn't have that thing that comes together in the back. It was like just at the belt loop and you would crisscross them as well.
One up and one down. How weird.
I still don't know why.
So right now, there's something going on in football, and anyone that watches football knows how dumb this looks. But here's the thing. When you're at a certain age, you don't really care about how dumb it may appear to those who are not in that age group. It's if it stands out, if it's different, it's cool, right? So right now in football, a lot of players are doing something so dumb. I'm going to show you. Just it's two mouthpieces in football. It is the dumbest thing that everyone's doing. A lot of players. I'll just zoom into one. This is what you're seeing all around the college and the NFL scene. It's where everyone knows that a football player has to have they have to have a mouthpiece that goes into their mouth during the game. It keeps their mouth safe, their teeth. But now, for some reason, I don't know who, but somebody started a trend where they're wearing two mouthpieces. Guys, there's no reason to have two. You only have one mouth. So there's no reason to have two mouthpieces.
Is it because they need options?
No, Jamie, there's nothing to do with options. One famous player did it, and now they're all doing it. Now everybody's going by and doing it. It doesn't matter if it's college or pro. And I'm thinking what's so dumb about that is the NFL, especially more so than college, they normally regulate. I mean, they want the uniforms to look exact. They don't want anyone to stand out any different than the next guy, right? And so while they would allow players to have two mouthpieces and not come down and start fining them for that, is weird to me. But I'm watching these football players, and I like to watch football. You guys know that. A lot of people are saying, yeah, they know players that do that. I don't know, but I'm guessing it's kind of a cool fad. But once again, just like most fads, at some point, these players will get older and say, dang, that was dumb. That was so dumb when I did like this. Because I'm looking now at my age saying, why did I ever go? I would go out like this. I'm thinking, dang, that's dumb. Fix me, baby. Fix me up.
It's weird. I don't know why. I'm so frustrated with this thing right
It's
now. Okay.
We'll figure it out all later. But I think the gift is sweet. Thank you so much for spending $6 on me.
It was worth $6, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I think I fixed it a little bit.
Okay.
The stretchiness does make it different, though. Like this right here.
Well, it's comfy, and as long as I don't have the moose knuckle, I'll be fine. But I'll tell you what, because even though women were looking at me when I went in with my sweaty pants,
no, they won't.
They're not going to be looking at no moose knuckle.
This was very strategic.
I can't imagine anyone being like, "Oh, moose knuckle, how nice." Not going to happen.
Somebody says that's probably why it was $6 because it was this. Maybe so. I don't know. I just saw that it was insulated and that warm clothes tend to be really bulky. And we both don't do well with bulky when you're trying to work with animals and things like that. So when you find something that has I just want to point this out. It has lining inside of it.
Yeah, it feels
There's
comfy.
A fleece lining. When you find something that's warm but not gigantic, like you kind of try to utilize that. Like in the wintertime here, I will wear fleece lined leggings so I don't have to wear so many layers. And that's what I felt like.
And I just love the feel of sweatpants. I will wear sweatpants every single day, and I
I
have
don't
many
mind
pair.
that you wear sweat. I don't care what you wear. I don't care.
No,
I
don't know. We don't. Well, we're not really ever videoing ourselves in selfie mode. Not too much. I mean, there's occasions that we do when we do live, but we're mostly videoing out. And so, if we had to always video ourselves, we would probably care more about what we were wearing or how we were dressed and everything else. But we mostly video facing out, so you can see what we see. But
is that called first person?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. First person point of view, POV, is from here. Third person is like a camera on the wall watching you, what you do. Yeah. Do you know?
Second person?
Okay. This is fun.
And I'm being genuine right now because I've always known first and third.
Okay. So this confuses a lot of people. And I taught this in literature. But so first person is like I, me, you know. Third person is they, them. Second person is you. So let me give you an example. So here's a story in literature. I was standing on top of the mountain. The wind was blowing in my face. I could hear the sounds of the coyotes in the distance.
That's first person.
That's first person. Okay. Here's third person. They were all huddled together, staying close to the fire. They could use each other's body heat to try to stay warm. You know, they could all listen as the coyotes came closer, the wolves were, that's third person. So it's kind of like you are like watching them from a camera. Second person is the weird one, but it's where it's taking you
talking about yourself.
No. It's I'm taking you and putting you in a story. So you were right there facing the door. Oh. You could hear the sound knocking. You reached over and slowly. So what I'm doing is I'm taking you and putting you in the story. It's not about me. It's not about a group of people. I'm literally taking you into the story. That's called second person.
Interesting.
You didn't know that?
No.
So you all got.
Somebody says pee padding is second person.
No.
Pee padding is third person?
Well, no. Well, I mean, pee padding is third person.
Is it though? Because usually I'm putting
oh my
words
God,
in your
don't
mouth.
Confuse me. You're going to make me be a bad teacher.
Well, but pee padding, I usually put words in your mouth during that time.
No, you don't. You say, Lester's walking over to the barn. Lester's going to reach down and pick up it's a third person.
Okay.
Yeah. Third person. Now so what you're confusing is like this. You think that this over here makes it a first person compared to something else. That's not really what it means. First person, second person, third person. First person really is important. When the story is about you. The author's telling their own narrative.
It's really important to know that I do not have a college degree.
No one even cares about any of this, Jamie. No, everyone here is saying, oh, I'm going to go watch Pawpaw. I'm going to go off and watch Jake now. This is boring. Let's just try to keep our audience a little bit longer, okay?
All right. Sounds
All
good.
right. Our plans for today. I took my big trailer, the gooseneck, to Plum Grove. Uncle Dan is going to, at some point today, take his tractor and load my trailer full of hay. I will bring that trailer back. We'll go pick it up today, and then I'll bring it back to the JL, and I will use my new gate system that I built to unload my trailer and put all of that hay into the red barn where it belongs. I'm so darn excited.
I will be playing with Roman.
See, that's kind of stuff that gets me excited, though, is stupid stuff like that. That's the side of me that you guys don't even get. It's hard to make videos sometimes when I know what people would like to see, yet I also know what I want to do for me. And I cannot wait to get that trailer, hook it up, haul it back, get that tractor, unload that hay. But if that was a video in itself, it'd be the most boring channel out there. Admit, how would you watch a channel like that? No, you would not. And neither would you.
It depends on what you were talking about while all of that was happening.
I don't want to talk at all. I want to sing.
No.
All I just want to sing and think. But no, that's the thing. So
whoa. You want to think? You never think. There's so many times where I'm like, what are you thinking about? And he's like, nothing. I don't even know how that's possible.
I mean, I think I just don't know. Like, maybe I just can't tell you what I'm thinking about because it's boring. I don't want to bore you. But so that's kind of stuff that excites me. That's exciting kind of stuff. And I'm so excited about doing that. I told Jamie this morning, I can't wait. We're going to go to Plum Grove and get that trailer and get that hay unloaded. I don't need the hay. The animals already have hay. I don't need it.
I was wondering what the rush was.
There's no rush.
To be honest with you, I was like, why are we rushing to do this? Like, Saturdays are a rare phenomenon of like.
Is that a bag full of bullets?
Yes. And they were in my winter clothes.
Why is there a bag of bullets?
I'm not kidding.
Y'all, hold on.
Reached in my winter pants that I put on for the first time yesterday because I have two pair. I have a pair for here and a pair for the JL. And the pair for here was the first time I put them on because I took the other ones to the JL. And I reached in there and this is in my pocket.
Look, I look across the kitchen and there's a bag of bullets.
It's like, hold on. It was like this in my pocket.
Why?
I don't know, but all I could see was this right here, and I could feel the crunch, and you don't know the fear that I had of what was in that bag.
Oh, no. So I believe this would be a 9mm. No one really cares about that.
Are you sure? I think it's a 38
Is
special.
it a 38 special? Then if it's a 38, it would be you because that's your gun. Jamie has a 38 special. It's a little revolver. We're not going to show you and get ourselves in trouble.
No, it is a 9mm.
But what I have is I have a 9mm pistol that I carry with me. So
but
I don't know why. So
why is it in a baggie and in my pants pocket?
That is baffling. Here, I have one question for you. Would there be any chance that whenever Sean, keeping it Dutch, came, he would have used your pants for something?
Sean was wearing my pants.
I'm asking you. Did Sean put on your pants?
Sean at Keeping It Dutch has been in my pants.
I'm asking you, did you let Sean borrow your winter clothes when he and I were hunting?
No, it was July.
Maybe there were mosquitoes out. I'm just asking you. Don't make that face at me. I don't know who's been in your pants. I don't think.
Yes, you do, actually.
Anyway, I don't know why there'd be a bag of bullets for the life of me, and I'm saying this I can't even give a straight face. I don't know why.
You had to have worn them.
But wait, even me, why would I have a bag? This is a plastic baggie. Why would there be a bag of bullets in your pants? I don't know,
but I didn't just go put them away. I left them out there strategically for you to discern because I was also baffled. And this was at 4 a.m.
There's 20 bullets in here. That would fill up an entire magazine. I just don't know why there would be a bag of bullets in your pants. And those go to my pistol. I don't get that for anything. I just can't. Maybe it was a year before last.
No, I wore them last year.
Okay.
And this is the only thing I will say is originally I bought those pants for you.
Oh, well, then maybe I used them.
And he didn't like them because they were too bulky. So I was like, that's fine. I'll just have a pair at each place. And I had put them up for the winter. Thank God I didn't wash them and dry them.
Oh, Lord. Could you imagine? That is crazy, though. Because here's the thing.
I don't know why they would be in a baggie.
I know that
so many questions.
I know you're not going to understand this, but we have a weight that we carry bullets. Normally, you fill your magazine and you put the magazine. So, for example, this pocket's not big enough. This one, I might would. But if you were going to take multiple, if you thought you may go through more than one magazine, the magazine is what holds the bullets in the firearm. Normally, you just take the firearm with the magazine already in, just gun on safety and not loaded, right? Not cocked, not chambered. But that meant that somebody would have already had their magazine full and thought they may go through an entire magazine and need 20 more. Yet, they didn't fill up a second magazine and carry it with them. They thought, you know what? I'll just take extra bullets and reload my magazine there in the field.
That sounds very Lesterish. It isn't me. I don't do that. I have a revolver that holds 6 bullets. I don't ever, and I'm never.
I don't get that for anything. I just don't. I cannot think of why I would have ever put bullets in a plastic baggie.
In like the thigh pocket, not even in like the like normal pocket, like the halfway down pocket.
Someone says, "Did you empty it after hunting?" I would have never put them into a plastic baggie, though. The plastic, if she had bullets in her pocket, fine. You know what? But to be in a plastic bag meant that they were being transported or carried somewhere. You want to keep them dry, obviously. When I went down river in the kayak, did I take my 9mm with me? And if I did, would I have taken extra bullets? And did I wear your pants? It was wintertime when I did that. Think hard. Think hard. When I went down river in that kayak,
You're asking me to think like you.
would I have worn your pants?
This is not possible.
And would I have taken extra bullets in case I had fallen out of the boat?
That's a lot of questions.
That has to be the answer. And someone goes, careful, the AI is listening. They always do, y'all. What was the most recent thing that we were talking about that when you opened your phone, it pulled up? It was the dumbest thing we were talking about, she and I. Maybe it was something to do with draft horses or Belgian drafts.
It was draft horses.
Yeah, so we were talking about Roman. And listen, Jamie had not been on her phone doing any research or doing anything out of the ordinary, but she and I were just talking about the Belgian draft, and she was telling some stuff that she had known about, some facts about them. And at some point, she pulled out her phone to start doing what she normally does, just browsing here and there. And if lo and behold, every video, every TikTok,
even
whatever,
my marketplace had other things around it.
Yes, her marketplace pulled up a trailer for a Belgian draft. And I'm like, that's scary to know that they're listening to everything. And people say, well, I would never sign up for that program. Guys, you don't realize it.
Did sign up.
In the fine print, the fine print that you never read, because, or if you do read it, you don't understand the lingo because it's so complicated. In there somewhere, you do give consent for your phone to listen to you. And as we're sitting here right over here now, my phone, I promise you, it's listening. The same way you can go to, hey, Alexa, or hey, Siri, or whatever. You don't have to say that. Your phone's always listening, and it's always going to tell you things that you talk about. It's going to show you. Here's an example. During the election year, for example, we don't pick and choose the ads that play on your device. We have no idea. But if you talk to your husband or your partner or your son or your daughter about somebody or something that you like or whatever, well, guess what? Next time you turn on your phone or go to your device, you're going to see ads for that particular candidate.
Even your smart TVs listen though. So if you're talking in your house about something, all of a sudden your Netflix will pop up of like things that are relevant to the conversation you were having. But you know, it's wild. And
it's infringing on our privacy. I think I really do. I think that if I was somebody in government, like a legislator or someone in power, I would find a way to say, no, stop it. That's enough. That's enough. Because that right there, when you in the fine print are allowing your devices to listen to you and trying to help streamline your ads or help streamline what you see, there's just something wrong with that. And we may not realize it now, but the same way they say that Rome crumbled from within, guys, if you can't see that we're crumbling ourselves from within, I'm serious about that. You don't feel that way? You don't feel like in 20 years or from 30 years from now, or hopefully longer, we're going to look back and say, how dumb were we to spend all of our time fighting and arguing over this such dumb agendas?
I know, fully agree with that. And my conspiracy brain goes like a million miles a minute and 10 times further than, and in weird twisted ways, but you can't control everything. And you just have to, if you stress about all of those things, you'll spend your whole life being terrified and miss very special moments in real life.
I'll tell you all something. I know we got to get off here pretty soon. I could talk all day.
Hold on a second. I want to take this one more place and then we'll stop talking about that. All I know is now somehow Moose Knuckles and other things are going to be on Lester and my phone because it has been typed like 1,000 times and now I can't unsee it or think it. And sometimes I feel like I don't even say it, even though I did. My phone is in the other room. If it comes up, I promise you I will screenshot, whether it's Moose or something around that. It's going to happen. And am fearful of that being like in my Google search history or something that I didn't even search.
You didn't even search it. Hey, back at the sanctuary, this has been probably 2-3 years ago. Jamie and I were considering investing in solar power, solar panels for a just in case scenario. And if you guys don't know this, the sanctuary loses power more than any place ever loses power. With all that's going on over there, the power grid, it's just a mess. And it may not be off for days and days, but to lose power for 3 or 4 or 5 hours at a time is very common. And so we were considering the fact that since we have so many animals, a lot of the rescues, we just really need power for our water supply, for different things. And so we even called a lady to come out, a salesperson, and talk to us about getting solar power, the panels that go on your roof or out on your pasture to run solar power. And everything was going great. It was a price that we thought we could afford. We thought it would give us the added layer of protection and security. And then Jamie happened to ask one question, and it threw everything off. That your solar power requires you to have electricity and internet to update and do the continual updates
to be able to function
on your solar panels to continue to function proper. And we're like, wait, we thought that by having solar is going to enable us to move further off the grid and not necessarily rely on having power. Oh, well, you can sell the power back to us if you don't need it. We're like, wait. But what if we wanted to literally go off the grid and only use solar only? Well, you can always sell us the power that you don't use. And we're like,
she also said, she goes, it's illegal to live in a property and not be connected to the grid. And I was like, that's not true. That's not true at all.
But I think the biggest thing was the internet. They had to make sure that our internet would be able to continually update their servers. And I'm thinking, that's the worst internet in the world.
Well, but also think about this. If all things went array, the internet wouldn't be there. So you're telling me that thank you. When everything shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
If I don't have internet, that my solar power doesn't work.
Then we're going to lose our soul. So you go in and you invest money in having solar panels, but if you don't have internet, they're not going to update. You're going to lose your solar.
Yeah.
That is the dumbest thing ever. That's dumb. That's just dumb. And so I am so glad that Jamie asked the right questions. We did not make that investment. And so I'm not knocking folks who did. If you have, or someone that went off and invested in solar power and you're enjoying it and it's saving you money, that's wonderful. But to us, it made no sense because we don't have good internet. We lose power all the time. And we were hoping to find a way to eliminate needing power.
It also would not ever run. It would never run the well
or the
furnace or the big AC.
Yeah.
It didn't matter how many battery banks or things. So it wasn't that it couldn't sustain the power. It would not allow them to start. So it really ruled out for us the reason we wanted it is so we could always have water for the animals.
Yeah.
And we could, function and live. And Lester and I could absolutely live without all of the bells and whistles of a home. But it basically, no matter how many batteries and no matter how many panels that you had, it wasn't enough. And we lived in a mobile home. It wasn't like we had this big, glamorous, crazy house.
Big 2-story home. It's a double wide mobile home. Wasn't even a big home. But what she told us, she did a computer scan of the house, and it kind of showed you all of the hot spots that the solar would not run. And it would not run the AC, the furnace, or the water well. And I'm like, the water well is our number one concern.
Yeah.
But everything else would run just fine, she said. And we're like, what?
So that's when I was like, hold on a second. I can get a solar generator to be able to run
the well.
The well for one, but also I got a solar generator that can run the same things that could run. So the refrigerator, a 110 AC and internet, like all of those things, like you can plug in and use that, and it didn't cost anywhere near. So
no.
It was not for us. they must have other solutions and options for other people because a lot of people have it.
Yeah, you see people all the time that have these panels across the top of their house. And so I think that that's great for if they have a light, they have maybe their microwave, they have anything that runs off of 110, they can still charge their phones.
Yeah.
But that's not what we wanted. We want a way to be able to run our water wells, because water wells are huge when you have so many animals, to have a good, secure water supply.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't even know where that came from, Jamie.
I don't know how you got into that either.
I don't know. Well, listen, friends, we are going to go ahead and wrap this up. What's going on with you today? Everyone knows that I want to go get some hay. I'm just going to get some hay and drive my tractor.
I have hopes and dreams of, well, people are probably so sick of this horse stuff. So
I don't think they get sick of it. I think if that's your thing, then they know that they can count on you for providing them with gardening stuff, with horsey stuff, with rescue stuff.
Oh, I had a cool thing that I set up last night that worked so well that somebody sent me last year at the end of winter. Someone sent me this, what looks like a giant umbrella, like an umbrella that we can fit under, and it's clear, and it's this dome like thing that you put on for the frost.
Watching her put that together was the dumbest thing ever. I'm going to show a video of it. I have a little video that I recorded. I hope
my hair's still staticky from it.
I hope I don't say any bad words in this video.
So I used that last night on some of the stuff, and now I'm like, oh, I feel like I would love to have maybe 2 more of those, because it would solve a lot of my plant covering things. Like, it was awesome. So obviously, with it being this cold, there's not a lot of plant stuff going on besides some seed starting that I would like to do. But I want to potentially get on Prim today. And I definitely have some big plans with Roman, not to get on him. None of that. But with it being so cold and windy, I'm just sort of hoping the sun comes out, because it's kind of mucky here today.
Can I show them this now?
Oh my God. Okay.
Y'all watch.
Okay.
Jamie has got herself a giant umbrella for wintertime to cover her plants. And she thought it all came put together, and she was wrong.
It's so hot in there.
I bet it was hot in there. The dog
work.
help.
Got some good helpers there.
You didn't get any picture of it completely done?
No, I did not take a picture of it completely done.
It's really awesome. I'll post a picture of it, because it was so simple. Once I got the poles connected, and now it's connected and it'll be done. It just has this thing in the top that you just like pull down and it
collapses.
Yeah. And then you push it up and it'll go back together to where you just put it in a corner for until you're ready for it next time.
Let's just hope the wind doesn't pick up and that thing goes off to the river somewhere, because it's like a big umbrella, and I think it's just ready to catch some air and go. So it's not windy today.
It came with stakes. I didn't
little
stake it down.
Stakes. It came with little stakes that are never going to hold with the kind of winds that blow across here. I can guarantee y'all, you may see it once or twice. You're not going to see it for long. First time you get a wind, that thing's gone. Okay. What's it called? They want to know what it's called.
I don't know.
We don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it's called. Somebody sent it last year and it hadn't frosted or got cold enough to use since. So I remembered it last night as I was trying to cover everything and save whatever I can.
Yeah, I told Jimmy, we carried it out together and set it up. And I said, I just kind of think that probably this is not going to last long. I don't know how much it cost, whoever sent it. Did you buy that?
No, someone sent that.
I don't know.
And I don't know if it was a company or a person.
Oh, I hope that someone didn't spend too much on that, because I just don't picture that lasting us very long. It would be great if you have like your papaya tall plants.
I wish, but it's not tall enough for that.
But it's not tall
I
enough
wish
for
it
those.
was. That would be amazing, because I really wish I could keep those.
And then I'll say this, that even though the papaya, we lost those last winter, they came back strong.
Yeah.
Right? They come back real pretty and strong.
Yeah, they started out as literal like root balls.
Just root balls. And
they're 12
the
foot
spring
tall.
and summer, they're a lot taller than that darn thing is. So Friends, we have a fun and exciting day, planned for us. So we're going to be doing some things. No out of town trips this weekend, though. We're not going to be running off to do any daytime luncheons for Jamie's bosses, or no trips down the river walk or nothing fun like that. But I'm going to move some hay with my tractor. So I'm excited about that. And Jamie's going to love some horses.
I'm just excited about Roman and Prim. I'm excited about all of them. But I worked with Rita this morning in your absence, by the way, and got that knocked off as well.
Donna says, Facebook has moved your live.
We got a notification on here that said something happened with the connection, and they don't know if it's on StreamYard's end or Facebook's end. So,
hey, listen, but nothing surprises me with Facebook. We have talked until we're blue in the face about, please don't let Facebook be your sole source of Lester and Jamie, because it's a mess. And it's not just for us. Facebook has been a mess for everybody.
Trying to figure out who they are.
There's not a creator out there that who's not having issues with Facebook. And so for those of you who are on YouTube, and as of right now, it's like only YouTube, you've done the right thing. But however you're finding us, whatever you're doing on YouTube, you've made the best move for yourself. And you're also made the best move to help us continue doing what we love to do, which is bring you guys content of the things that we do. It helps pay our bills. So thank you so very much. Facebook has done nothing but, there's a lot of people who just don't know the direction of Facebook. And
Mabel wants out.
Mabel wants outside. That's our cue to let you guys go. We love you so much. Thank you for watching. And you guys have a fun day. Happy Saturday. And I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and Black Friday shopping. I hope you didn't go broke, though.
I didn't buy a single thing for the first time in my life on Black Friday.
Good. All right, wrap it up, babe.
We love y'all. We hope you have a safe Saturday. You stay well, you stay warm, and we will catch you on the next video.
There you go.